Welcome into the video, welcome into the channel. Hope everybody's doing well out there. And today I'm back with another video, and just look at the beautiful screen. Look at this image quality you're looking at on your screen right now. Well, I don't know what kind of quality image is coming through because YouTube is compressing the hell out of this video, I'm sure. So let me just break it down for you. What you're looking at on your screen is a 77-inch LG G4. And this is the newest display to the channel, and while I certainly have a bunch of content coming on this display, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. We're not talking LG G4 today. This just happens to be what is going to be on in the background while I talk about the real star of today's video, which is going to be the Apple TV 4K. And I'm talking Apple TV 4K today because there's a new tvOS update coming out, and we're going to check and see if my Apple TV 4K has received that update yet. And if I have, I'm going to go ahead and get that bad boy installed and see if any new features came with it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see if the update has showed up yet. All right, so let's go into settings. Let's head on down to System, Software Updates, and Update Software. And bam, look at that. tvOS. What's the new version number? It's called 18.1. We just got 18.0 not too long ago, I don't believe. That actually did come with some things. The fact that this is 18.1 doesn't give me a lot of hope that we're getting some fun new features, but I'm going to install it anyway. So let me go ahead and get the installation process, but I'm going to go ahead and do my little video warning right now before I even start. Number one, Apple TV 4K updates are notorious for taking a long time, and during the installation it's going to go ahead and put static logos on the screen like that big ass Apple logo in the middle and all that kind of stuff. If you have an OLED display and you have any concerns at all about things like image retention, my advice to you is if that does bother you or you're worried about it, go ahead and crank down the brightness as far as you can during installation and then return it back to the settings you had once the installation is done. Secondly, I'm going to go ahead and pop back in only if I have a problem during installation, so I'm not going to have you sit here and wait with me. If I encounter no issues along the way, the next thing you're going to see is the device updated, and we're going to check out and see if we find any new features. Let's get it started. And I'm back. No issues during installation other than it taking, I don't know, 5 to 7 minutes to complete from start to finish. So not such a big deal there, no problems along the way, but everything should be flashed and the new version number should be showing up. Let's take a peek and make sure. Let's go down here to System, Software Updates, and there it is, tvOS 18.1. So we're good to go. All right, so time to talk about what came with Apple tvOS 18.1, and drum roll please. Nothing. Okay, not necessarily nothing, but very little. This update was more focused around correcting some bugs that apparently crept up or showed its ugly head in 18.0. Myself personally, I haven't really noticed any issues with 18.0, so if you haven't even updated to that, I can't tell you what exact bugs came with that, as mine seems to be working properly across multiple devices. However, all is not lost here. Don't click off yet. There is one change to talk about here, and it's not necessarily specific to the Apple TV 4K device, but it's more for those of you that have Apple TV, the application. I'm gonna go ahead and head in here. Unfortunately, I can't exactly show you the update because I don't have an Apple TV subscription, but the change here to look out for, and this is really minor in scale as well, to be honest with you, is those of you that subscribe to Apple TV may be familiar with your content that you've been watching being called Up Next. That's being renamed to Continue Watching. So I know, huge update there, probably an update that the majority of you watching this video have really been clamoring for. However, as far as the Apple TV 4K device itself going to tvOS 18.1, that's pretty much it. So if you've encountered some bugs with 18.0 or whatever tvOS you're on, and you're kind of hopeful that moving to a new version number might correct those, I'd recommend go ahead and installing this because again, I had no issues during installation. It seems okay so far. However, Word of warning, typically every time you install a software update, whether it be Apple TV 4K, your display, whatever TV you have, whatever bugs that it might be fixing from the prior update, it's probably going to introduce some new ones. So if your setup is working correctly as is on whatever tvOS you're on, my advice might be to just stick with it, but only you can decide which way you want to go there. But that's going to wrap up this short video. If you did enjoy the content or you found it helpful and you want to help support the channel without costing you any money, be sure to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the bell for all my future content coming. But with all that being said, until the next one.